This thing is getting more and more mysterious. I can't believe what Mr. Blake said.
We have to find out why this amulet is so important to Sinclair. Perhaps Mr. Blake is right, and the amulet is the key to preventing the ritual. I expect we'll know more as soon as the translation of the parchment is finished. I have to go to Oxford, Melanie. I have to get the book for Mr. Blake.
Yes, of course. That's fine by me. I really need to check a few things at home. Where shall we meet later?
I'll get in touch with you as soon as I have any news, okay?
All right. I'll be off then.
Okay, Melanie. See you later. This is it. Oxford University Library. A sculpture of a unicorn. Not quite to my taste. A bicycle. The back tire's flat. An old illustrated book. I bet it's very valuable. An old book. It's bound to be valuable. Excuse me, I'm looking for a book.
Oh, how nice for you.
Quite. Do you think you could help me?
Help you? Why?
Because the book I'm looking for is a rare one.
We may not even have it then. Who knows? Was there anything else, young man?
You don't seem to understand. I'm asking you to be good enough to assist me. I don't have much time, so if you would be so kind...
I'm not being paid for being kind, or for helping you.
How many books are there in here?
About 543,000, the magazines included.
Great. And I've got to look through them all?
Is this the first time you've been to a library?
No, of course not.
Have you tried the computer yet?
Actually, I'm no expert on computers.
That, I'm afraid, is not my problem. We have special courses that teach people how to use the computer.
When do they take place?
At the beginning of every semester.
But I can't possibly wait that long. I've come here all the way from London.
In that case, I suggest you make the most of your stay here and teach yourself how to use the computer.
I'll see what I can do by myself then.
You do that.
An old book. It's bound to be valuable. An old illustrated book. An old book written with a quill pen. Antique reliefs. The library's tradition goes back quite some time. The Roman monetary system and fiscal policies. At least 10 copies. Books, books, books. table. The cataloguing computer. Excuse me, sir. I hope I'm not disturbing you. Are you going to be long? I need to use the computer.
Just a minute. I won't be long.
What's your research all about? Hello?
What in heaven's name is it?
What is your research all about?
What are you shouting for, young man? Don't you know you're expected to keep your voice down in a library? I'm studying the principle of chaos in the scriptures. I need these results to support my theory.
Couldn't I help you with your research?
No, that's not possible. The subject is simply far too complex. I don't even quite understand what results my research may lead to myself yet.
You're planning a big publication?
Yes, I am. That'll teach my rivals. The Hastings Principle will go down in history. I'm working on volume 14 at the moment.
Of how many?
32.
So you're not going to let me use the computer?
No, I'm sorry. I can't. My work is extremely urgent. Why don't you take a look in the card index box?
But I'll never find anything in there.
Whatever. I need this computer, and that is that.
All right then, Professor. I've got work to do.
Good. Make yourself useful. Carpe diem, I always say.
Just one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about runes? Was that a yes?
Eh? Yes, that is... no, of course not. But there are a few books on it somewhere in this library. At least, I think so.
Do you know where they'd be?
No idea. That's what the catalogues are there for, my boy.
You don't say. Then will you please let me use the computer?
I told you it's out of the question. Is there something wrong with your hearing, young man?
Don't you ever eat or go to the loo?
No, I usually eat right here, and my digestion is trained to last out all day.
I'm going.
You do that.
Just one more thing.
Hmm?
Do you know whose car that is outside?
Out in the forecourt? That's my car. Why?
I think it's in a no parking area.
Oh, never mind. As a university employee, I have special permission to park my car anywhere I like, and good old Mrs. Owen knows about it. It's no problem.
Oh, well, that's all right then. There's no point in that. I don't believe it will work like that. It would have surprised me if it had worked like that.
You again? Haven't you found your book yet?
No. How could I? Look, I'd really appreciate your helping me.
You repeat yourself, young man.
I thought it was your job to give people like me information.
Don't think you can tell me what my job is.
It was an obvious question.
Look, young man, my job is to answer questions the computer can't answer. Have you asked the computer yet?
Yes, but it's occupied.
Professor Hastings, I presume.
I don't know the man's name.
Professor Hastings spends a lot of time researching. He sometimes sits in front of that computer for days. Looks like you'll have to wait your turn.
I'm damn short of time and I need that book.
That's not my problem. We're all short of time.
What exactly are you working on right now, if I may ask?
I'm revising the house rules, if you must know.
Oh, why? What's being altered?
The landing procedure. From now on, visitors to the library must do their own research. Do you understand?
Of course. I might have known.
Well then, you might let me continue my work now. Oh, and, young man?
Yes?
Welcome to our landing library.
Thank you, old crow.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I was just thinking aloud. I get the impression you're just sitting here doing nothing.
And I get the impression you want me to have you thrown out. Is that so, young man? You see, so behave yourself, keep your voice down and observe the house rules. And stop wasting my time.
I'll see what I can do by myself then.
You do that.
That would be stupid. That doesn't work. No, not a chance. Just one more thing. Do you know whose car?
Out in the forecourt? Why?
I think a couple of students have damaged the paintwork.
Are you trying to get me to go out there so that you can perhaps get to the computer? Not bad, young man, but I've been working here for 30 years now, and I'm used to all kinds of youngsters trying to pull the wool over my eyes. You'll have to come up with something better than that to fool me.
Why don't you go out and see for yourself?
Don't talk nonsense, young man. Our students wouldn't do that sort of thing.
I'm sure I wouldn't leave my car standing around completely unguarded outside a university.
Nonsense. Cars don't get demolished at elite universities.
Oh well, it's up to you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Whatever. I'm staying right here.
Oh well, that's all right then.
you doing?
Who? Me? Nothing. I must be off to my car. My alarm just went off.
Professor, what's that book you're carrying?
Book? I don't have a book. Please don't joke now, Mrs. Owen. I have to see to my car.
What's this then?
But how the devil? That's impossible. I didn't take this book.
Then how did it get there?
There must be some mistake. A very regrettable mistake, Mrs. Owen. I assure you...
I like your nerve, Professor Hastings. You steal a book and then try to deny the whole thing ever happened. I'm very disappointed in you.
Mrs. Owen, you've known me for 20 years now. You ought to know that I'd never...
All I know is that I'm going to have to put this on record. Please come along over here to the issuing counter, Professor. You will have to fill in a form. You again. Haven't you found your book yet?
No. How could I? Look, I'd really appreciate your helping me.
You repeat yourself, young man. You do that.
Here, madam. I've found the book I was looking for. I'd like to borrow it.
This one?
Yes. Is there something wrong with it?
You bet there is. This is our reference copy.
What's that supposed to mean?
I can't lend it to you. You will have to read it here.
You can't be serious, surely. I need this book. I have to take it to someone.
You heard me.
Do you at least have a copying machine?
No. Why don't you copy the pages you need by hand?
Madam, I've told you the book's not for me. I wouldn't know which pages are important, and I can hardly copy the whole book by hand.
That's...
not your problem, right?
right.
I thought as much. Couldn't you make an exception?
We don't do exceptions. Have you any idea how many reference copies we have had stolen?
All right, forget it. Looks like a new edition of a standard work. Dead boring, required reading for history students. The cover of this history book is a perfect fit for the book I want to borrow. Right, I've finished here. I found a different book that interests me. I assume you'll let me borrow this one.
We'll see. What have we here? Let me see. Oh, the Roman monetary system and fiscal policies. Yes, you may borrow this one. And just think, I've actually read this one. What a coincidence. A brilliant piece of work. Very vivid and never gets boring. You know, I wanted to be a historian, and Roman coins were my special field. But then I met my husband here at the university. He was working on his doctoral thesis at the time, and, well, you know how it is. I could discuss Roman coins for hours.
Madam? This is all highly interesting, but I do really want to borrow this book.
Oh, yes, of course. Forgive me. Here you go.
Thank you for the book and your great help.
Oh, I do hope you're not angry with me. If there's any way I can help you, please, don't hesitate to tell me.
Not for the moment, thank you. I really must be off now.
Naturally, naturally. See you soon.
See you soon.